Okay, yeah. Well, I started to mention it earlier, but
Mhm.
I was like when I was younger, making a music, like not making music, but like when I was younger, probably like 8, maybe even 7. I used to reenact like music. I always say, me and my brother Khaled, he's right under me. His name Khaled. We went to the store. I remember this too. We went to the store. We had food stamps, and we bought our first tape. I know it was my first tape. I'm not sure if it was his first tape, but I bought my first tape from the store. This when we was in North Carolina. We went to the store with food stamps and bought tape. I bought Soul for Real Candy Rain, and my brother Khaled bought Busta Rhymes. I forget what Busta Rhymes, right? So I used to play the tape. I used to play his tape more than him, by the way. I don't even know if he knows that, but I used to play the Soul for Real, and then I had my brothers. It was 5 of us. Then it's my little sister, Zaina. But it was 5 of us, and I would have us. I say, hey, you gonna do this part? Cause Soul for Real, I think it was like 4 brothers. So it was like I do this part, you do this part, you do this part, you do this part, and then we be right here, we singing, we standing in line, and then like I basically choreographed the thing, we get it together, and then we sung each different part. But I I knew right then like that's like I could look back at that and say that was really something like if I was a father and I was looking at my child, I would say, hey, this is what he wants to do. Let's try this. But that's when I really started and really got into music. Like, I mean, as far as like, I enjoyed it. I would say I loved it. But then as I got older, I guess like around high school, maybe even junior high, I'm pretty sure it was high school, me and my brother we used to be in the house freestyling, like for real freestyling, like playing a beat and just, he rap, I rap, boom, boom, boom. One time he had one of his friends over. We all take turns rapping, freestyling, 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 freestyling. And I, I, be, I became pretty good at it. I will say that I was fraud back then. Like I would rap about stuff I was not doing. But fast forward, I end up doing most of the stuff I was talking about anyway. So it's like I guess you got to be careful what you say. Your words are powerful, especially when you're doing music. But so yeah, we was freestyling. Me and my brother Yusuf all the time in the house. That's still when I was in New York. And then when I moved, I got dropped out of North Carolina A&T because I was tired of North Carolina and I moved back to New York. And then my uncle 1200, DJ 1200 Assassin, well, he's a DJ, he he had me, he makes beats. He used to get all the old records back in the day, all the records, he used to send it to his house. He used to have crates of records. I don't know what he did with them, but whatever the case is, he had me in his home studio over his beats. I made a couple songs over his beats, as a matter of fact. One of them was called, what was it? I don't remember right now, but it was some good songs. It was a decent songs. One of them definitely was listening to. Another one called Thought Clap. I don't really want to talk about that. That was in my younger days. But he was playing the beats and he introduced me to the hardest part to me actually with I would say rapping or doing music, especially doing freestyling, was catching the beat. I would never know when to start. Like I would never know when to start rapping. I never really knew that. He introduced me to that. He introduced me to counting bars too. I didn't get it at first. I'm more of a feeling type person, so but he introduced me into you know, flowing on a beat, things of that nature. So yeah. And then, made my first song, Cookie Dough. That went that went pretty decent, but yeah, I mean, that's kind of a backstory. But I would say like the inspiration, Soul for Real, them, and Cameron and Jeezy. Cameron and Jeezy are two favorite artists. of all time. So that really, but I'm right now I'm more into singing. You know, I'm still working on finding my voice when it comes to singing, but that's more my style now. And I think that has something to do with time too, because I feel like there's only a certain amount of time you can really just be rapping, you know, and I feel like as a singer, you can just sing, you know. I just have to work on my voice and get better. So yeah.
Got it. That's it. It starts a lot of times people it starts young and then they continue as they get older.
Yeah, I do want to mention something though, because I remember it's been a long journey for me.